So I'm going to hit record. I would say this gives us, I think, a pretty good starting point, because what I'm thinking here is we need to get some examples of your play. We need to get some examples of your play. How do you feel about playing some ranked for me?
Sure. Yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to sauce you my spectator code. I'm going to need you to start the game and plug that in. And do you have any texture hacks?
I do not.
Wonderful. So we shouldn't have any problems. Have you ever done spectator mode before?
It's been like a year and a half. I don't actually remember how to do it.
Totally fine. So big thing is to just start the game. And then once the game is started, we go back to Slippy Launcher and go to the spectator tab. Should be the third one.
Yes, I see the spectator tab.
And then start broadcast. You'll click it, enter my code, and then I think you have to confirm.
Got it. Spectator ID. Confirm. Do I have to be queuing up before I do this?
The game has to, Melee has to be running, so you have to click play.
Oh, yeah. Close it before we started. Let me open it back up.
No problemo. And if you don't mind me asking, how are you finding this is going so far?
Great. Yeah, this is awesome.
Okay, excellent. That's what I like to hear.
Okay, so, oops, our podcast. There's the code. Confirm.
And there we go.
Yeah.
Have you ever had coaching from anyone else, or?
I have nothing. I've only ever done like one lesson per. I've had. I did a lesson with Fiction, which was fairly helpful. I did one-off with S2J a long time ago, just for some specific Falcon matchup stuff, and then I did one more that I'm spacing on at the moment. I did a LOD lesson a while ago, but I don't think I was ready for it. He was talking about a lot of good stuff, but I wasn't quite in a place where I could devote the necessary time to really.
Do you remember any of it?
I mean, one of the things that he mentioned was just like really grinding percent knowledge and all of Peach's kill moves, what percent they kill the major matchups on every stage.
Oh, so boring.
It's like, I mean, I understand why that is important and like helpful. I just never really went with it.
I'm in the Hall of Fame, and I do not memorize matchup percents. Except for 24, which is 4. No, I'm kidding. Like, I know a good amount of them, but I don't know, like, exact kill percents, because the thing is, like, they fluctuate so much. Like, a couple of SDI inputs, a little bit of height, like, it changes all of them. So I think that, like, having like, a general sense of when it kills, like, a precise but malleable sense of where it kills, I think that's really important.
Yeah. You said ranked or unranked, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. We just need to get examples of your play so we can take a look at this together.
I guess I'll do unranked just in case there's any
totally fine
action stuff. And you can see everything?
I don't see anything yet, but I won't see until you're actually in a game.
Okay.
So I heard Marth.
Get up to Marth.
I can see it. You're on Pokemon. Okay, cool. So I already see something. I'll see if it's a pattern, but nothing glaring. Why are we not dash attacking after our aerials when we hit him? I would think that we want to, like, pop him up for combo.
On the grab.
Love that. Crap.
Oops. Yeah, I'm also flubbing a lot of out of shield stuff right now.
Do me a favor and do more dash attacks, like as part of our combat, because like this guy's like getting away with a lot of stuff. Remember, like your aerials are kind of slow when you have to go through your jump and your float to like get them out. So like a lot of times it's just quicker to dash attack or something for punishes. See what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Like that is like the second one, because he did high aerial, makes a ton of sense. But like, yeah, see, it just comes out immediately and bulldozes him. Moving on. Nice. You're really technical. Jesus.
Thanks.
Turnip? Okay. We could have still done that entire thing with turnip, though. I'm just gonna say. Because, like, remember, like, it's not just if it works, it's also, like, did we give ourselves the best position to, like, cover other things that they might have done, right? Because we don't want to be, like, hard reading on all of our edge guards. We're at advantage.
Yeah.
We're above that kind of thing. Nice Toad. I like that you set up your backer that way.
That should be up.
Want to be a little closer when we dash attack, because we actually do want the pop-up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Holding in for literally all of that.
It's okay, it happens. I mean, Marth can still juggle you for, like, high percents, like, even if you hold out sometimes. I'm not sure that DI was really, like, the issue there. Like, it might have saved 20%, 30%, but, like, yeah, he still gets a lot there.
This person always has smashes. I've played them a bunch on ranked.
So I think the biggest thing I'm noticing here, you don't, like, we need, like, so what's your understanding of what the turnip does in this matchup?
The way, maybe what it should be doing is, like, allowing me to get in.
It also, like, keeps him out.
Space.
Remember, you were the one with the projectile. He has to get in on you. Like, you can totally, like, take this slower than you're going. Especially if he's just, like, throwing his sword around, like, yeah, let him. Also look for more grabs, like, on his landings and stuff. Because, like, again, he's, like, getting used to us dash attacking and aerialing a lot. So, yeah. Grab good. Also, aerial down, FC aerial down smash is totally, or FC aerial grab is totally fine.
I meant to flap dash.
Makes sense.
Yep. I knew as soon as I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Nice.
I tried to go for the wall.
It's okay, it's okay. This is a friendly. Like, this is diagnostic. I would say, though, like, whenever you see, if he's far away and you're standing because you've just landed or something, and you see him miss, like, a short hop, like, fair or something that's, like, never gonna hit, that is a safe turnip pull. Like, you can just down B right there safely, he'll never hit you. Because he's committed to, like, his jump, right? So, like, if he's doing his wall far away from us,
That was in there.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually kind of a good analog for a tournament as well, because, like, as soon as I'm definitely a bit nervous now.
So
and as soon as I get nervous, I, like, start flubbing tech.
So let's take a deep breath. We'll acknowledge, it's good we acknowledge we're nervous. Everyone is nervous when they're on camera with me, it's fine. Let's do it. And how are you feeling now? After doing that, after saying that?
A little bit better. I mean, I also, like, find it difficult to multitask with this game sometimes, so, like,
so focus on the game. Then all I'm gonna ask is when he jumps and he's far away, we pull turnip if we can, and we dash attack a lot more. And yeah, we just don't go into the air quite as much. We use our movement a little bit more for observations and baits.
Sure.
gorgeous.
Oh, whoops. No, I'm done.
It's okay. Hopefully he gives us another one. Because he's a good level for, like, this kind of, like, learning new things. Good. Oh, that was dirty.
Should I guys get out of here?
Love that mix-up. You move like my nest does, with like the diagonals and the zigzaggy stuff.
I've definitely watched many of those clips. I feel like these days I'm feeling mostly influenced by Polish railbeat.
No. Like they do that stuff with the Peach. Like they're definitely the Peach version. So like no worries. I'm not saying like you learned anything. I'm just saying that it's like it's just we DJ Seers need to stick together.
I agree. I've been saying for a long time we need like a Discord for DJC characters.
Honestly, not a bad idea, because like we are kind of different. We're like the dive kick characters, and that's fine. But yeah. Oh, that's a great conversion. Why do we go on the platform there?
To bait them to bait them to go to ledge and then hit them with a descending backer. I just fucked it up.
Couldn't we just like dare from the stage though, like float dare, or like something else, or run off nair?
Probably.
Yeah, let's try. Let's try because we also lose the ability to edge grab and stuff or dash dance. So let's try to stay on the ground a little bit more for some of our edge guard setups, just because we're more flexible there and we're not putting ourselves above Marth's sword.
Putting myself in the corner. Oof.
Who is the Marth?
Kopaka? I've never met them in person, but they're like a SoCal Marth.
Okay.
Usually, what's funny is I take most of the games that we play. Not that, whatever, that doesn't really mean anything, but I'm kind of flubbing.
Let's not worry about the flubbing. Like the flubbing, we can't control that right now. Let's just focus on we'll just relaxed focus on the decisions. We know what our goals are. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, they left.
Mm-hmm.
Should I queue back up?
Now let's talk for just a second.
Sure.
So, I think the big thing here is, there's something that stood out about how you explained your decision for going onto the side platform that I think is kind of like a big structural thing that we'll probably want to tackle. So tell me if you think that, so I'll just explain what I think is going on and you tell me if it sounds right.
Great.
I think you have a lot of setups that you use, like movement or otherwise, that are covering very specific options. Okay? So like you'll go onto that platform in case they do like these like, this small subset of things that they could do when they're recovering. But we're like losing a lot of natural advantages of the edge guarding position because like we've now put ourselves above Marth, for example, by being on the platform. So like we're taking ourselves away from like the hits that are most important, like some of our most important like fighting tools against him, like our dash attack, like our low float bear. Like we've taken those off, like turnip even. We've taken those effectively off the table to cover like small options, and I think that might be like a big source of a big source of like where we're losing margin. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of what you're saying is definitely resonating. It's also sort of resonating with like feedback that I've gotten with people in the past, which is like when someone does go for the niche option, I'm like weirdly ready for it, but sometimes I'll drop like totally normal, everyday, regular stuff that like basically going for the weird option instead of just covering the normal stuff, and then like
So what is the weird option here? Because you keep using that, but I don't know what the weird option actually is.
Or I guess not weird option, but like sometimes I'll preemptively go for a mix-up because I know that they don't expect a Peach player to do a thing. So in a lot of cases, I'll like wave dash to ledge because a lot of people will get tripped up by that. But sometimes I'll rely on it so heavily that I'll just like put myself on ledge, and then obviously Peach sucks on the ledge, and so I go from an advantage state to disadvantage if they don't do exactly what I thought they were gonna do, which is going to ledge. I mean, I do a lot like versus Fox, for example.
So, like, what would be a situation you go to ledge versus Fox? Like, during Edgeguard, obviously, to, like, hog him, but, like, what is it? Is that it? Or is it, like, are you doing it more? Because I don't think that, like, being wrong on, like... Because the way I view that option is a little differently than I view the going on platform one, because to me, hogging Fox represents a way to kill him without having to interact with, like, a lot of his, like, techs and other things. So, like, there's a real tangible upside there that I can immediately see. That helps me, like, justify the play. You're also not totally helpless if he doesn't go there, because, like, you can still drop off the ledge and Umbrella if he picks, like, a higher angle. You don't get, like, a combo or, like, a punish. Like, you kind of reset to neutral, but you're still safe most of the time. So there's still, like, a structure there that we can, like, refine and work with that covers the alternative things, and it has the upside of killing the opponent for an option that they have to take in a window that's not reactable. This is all wonderful. But going to the platform is a little different for me because, like, to me, it's something we have to do early, and it's something that we have that's, like, we have to do it early, and it's also assumptive. So I think that what we need to do is we maybe need to, like, figure out which ones are which ones are like that edge grab, and, like, there's merit to them. They're unexpected, but there's a lot of merit to them because they fill a niche and they solve a problem, and which ones are, like, maybe costing us more than they're worth, and we need to find another thing to go there.
Yeah, so basically categorizing those sorts of things into, like, useful and less so. Is that like a fair way to...
Useful and needs to be workshopped.
Sure, okay.
Like, this might be situations where going on the platform is valuable versus Marth. I don't know what they would be, but, like, I'm not saying that, like, going onto the platform is always going to be wrong forever. I'm just saying that, like, when you went there, like, you basically just, you know, attacked above him. As I would expect a Marth to do. So there's something about that that's, like, not vibing with the situation we're in. The other big thing I notice is that you attack a lot. Like, you go for a lot of float cancels, like, even just in neutral. Like, when you're not, like, really close to each other. Can you talk to me a bit about that?
Yeah, off the top of my head, I think there's a Marth player that I used to play with a lot that when I would do, like, undershot float aerials, it would get them to, like, come in. Although I don't think that I was doing much of that. I think I was mostly just like doing sort of random floats rather than, like, specifically trying to undershoot, at least in these couple games that we were just playing. But I'm trying to... I don't think... Wait, let me sort of...
Organize your thoughts. Like, if you need 30 seconds, totally fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think in that matchup, I'm like too eager to scrap and not always pulling enough turnips. And, like, when I watch, like, the really, really good Peaches in that matchup, most of the time they're, like, when in doubt, pull a turnip sort of thing. And when I'm in the right headspace, I do that. But I think just now I kind of was, like, just holding W.
Gotcha. I mean, and that happens to us all. When they're pulling the turnip, something you mentioned is that, like, the turnip is ideally a way for you to get in on the opponent, but can it also be a way to keep Marth out? Yeah. Because your turnip has more range. Like, when you throw the turnip at him on the ground or in the air, it technically has more range than, like, any of his moves, right?
Yeah.
Then it creates, like, and if it hits him or his shield, it has, you know, it bounces up either active or inactive, and then it like creates, like, another, like, you know, another point of interest on the stage that, like, you know, he potentially might have to, like, consider how he interacts with, which is also pretty cool. It's not necessarily, like, the one thing I find with, like, super technical Peaches, just, you know, not to generalize. But I feel like a lot of times they focus very hard on like how they get into the scrap games where they tend to be very strong in, which makes sense because like you've built this skill and like you want to use it as much as you possibly can. I do the same thing. I do the same thing with my diagonals, so I get it. But at the same time, we also kind of have to acknowledge that Marth is a really good character. Like Marth and some, even Sheik, Falcon, they're really powerful characters. They have stronger like footsie tools than us, so it might be more advantageous to see if we can like pull them towards us, and then meet them as they're coming at us, as opposed to and turnips can help with that, as opposed to necessarily just like pressing down on them with like weight we might not necessarily have in that spot.
Yeah, that totally makes sense, and it's sort of like, I don't know if this is a term I'm gonna invent here, but I feel like sometimes I suffer from what I'll call like passive panic, where I don't always realize that I'm panicking until I get into a bad situation, which feels different than like active panic. Because then I know, and then like my brain is frenzied, and then I'm like, oh god, I don't know what to do. Like the passive one feels a bit more like, I don't know, just like putting yourself in a bad position because you want to preempt something so that they can't. Like I get scared of Marth's range a lot. Also happens with Falcon. I get afraid of how fast they can reach me, or like, getting out of their combo game, whatever the case is. And so sometimes I'll make like less than wise decisions because I don't realize that I'm panicking.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into direct together, and I'm going to show you some ranges. And then we're going to have you play some more people after this. But I just want to like kind of, okay, got your code there. I'm going to give you mine in the chat. But I think it's important that we like kind of establish what zones what distances you want to keep from the opponent, because if you don't have that, then how do you know like where you want to play, right?
Yeah.
So let's start with Murph, Mayo, and then there we go.
Ready?
So, where do you think you want to... So, if we go to the Pokeball here, where do you think you want to be relative to Marth, if he's got his foot behind the black line?
Like, just in neutral?
Yeah.
See, honestly, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm typically trying to, like, stay, like, close but far.
Okay, so what is that? What distance is that? Is it here? Is
like,
it,
I think it's like his F smash, I think goes, so I would want to be like there. Or at least that's what I'm, typically.
Closer. Closer, be brave, be bold. Okay, so it's like, so it would be like in the Pokeball, like about here. I'd actually say you can be closer. I'd actually say it's like more around where his fair is, and I'll tell you why. If he's forward smashing and you are like you're fighting in close quarters, your moves are faster than his. So like if you down smash and I F smash, right? Then like your down smash is gonna cleave through it here. Also, if you like if I do this, also you crouch cancel a lot as a character. So if I F smash here, and you're just like, whoa, you just like counter hit me. The other thing your character does in close quarters sometimes is spot dodge and shield. So these are all things that are good versus this thing anyway. So it's fine. It's fine for you to be like a little closer. I'd say it's more about like where his fair and down tilt end.
Okay.
So like this, I think, is like a much better spacing.
Yeah.
So can I like try like punishing this fair? See, that's so much easier when you're that close. And I think that's why you're not comfortable going for dash attack. It's because you're playing so far. It's like almost the opponent like always can just shield it because you're just starting it really far. And the other thing is like delay it a little bit, like try to hit the sweet spot. Okay, a little.
You mean like on the ascent or?
Either, just punish it. Yeah, so sweet spot. You want to hit with like the startup frame, like the first frame.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So now you have like a launcher you can do. That's good.
Yeah.
And the other cool thing is if I see that you're going for that, I can start switching to these down tilts, but then your like low floats are like more likely to work over it, right? Because like, or sorry, the ones that go like just over his down tilt, like you just nair him after. Like, it would be like fair, down tilt, and then, yeah, exactly. That's the idea.
Yeah.
So, can I know that is a scary spot to be, and I know the urge to, like, just back up because, you know, keep your distance, like, scary move. But if you've gotten into, like, a close quarters situation, you just have to deal with him. Can I count on you to try to keep that spacing? Or, like, play in that space?
Yeah.
Perfect. Who's another one that you have trouble with that spacing against, or is it just Marth?
Maybe Actually, no. Falcon, I'm more afraid at long.
Falcon's a good one, because he's kind of like an in-between thing. Do you want to take a look at him?
Sure.
Sure. This one's quick. I don't know how to play Falcon, so I can't, like, really do much other than Nair with him. But with Falcon, the rule of thumb is you want to be, like, right outside his Nair.
Okay.
Because, like, when you're this close, you can, like, dash attack in the same way that, like... There you go. You can also go for, like, ground... Exactly. See, you know the stuff. The reason, like, this middle ground is good is because if I want to, like, attack you going back, you notice my attacks miss. Like, I have to, like, do this slow, like, advancing short hop, like... Like, I have to jump in place, basically, and then move forward.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, because if I dash jump, I just go past you. So that's why that spot is good for you. You're kind of, like, able to put a wall either at him or in place, and it's just quite effective against him. It's actually sometimes safer, like, if you're in this middle zone, like this one, it's actually sometimes safer not to move away from him, but actually to move forward. See what I mean?
Because he's gonna, like, jump over.
Yeah, because if I attack you there and you do that, you're fine.
Yeah.
So, I think that, like, one exercise I would challenge you to do, like, on your own time is, like, with the other characters that we have in this game, like, what are some other characters' poking moves, just, like, quickly? Like, Sheik, what would the spacing be versus Sheik, you think?
As in, like, moves of Sheik's to be aware of when spacing?
Just, what is her longest, like, decent poke that we want to play outside the range of? Like, in the same way that we set it
like
up.
F-tilt.
Yeah, F-tilt.
Fair. Yeah.
F-tilt and short up fair have very similar range, so absolutely those two. And then with Fox and Falco, it's more about their approaching distance, because moves are close to their body, so it's more about measuring their jumps. But I'm assuming you already know how to do that. So with that in mind, how do you feel about playing some more matches?
I'm down.
Excellent. Let's keep going then. So you queue up, and I will watch, and we'll tackle this together.
Awesome. I'm surprised I got a Marth. I've literally only gotten Spacies, like, all day long.
Oh, to be so lucky.
Yeah, I mean, because I was in New York for a long time, and so, like, there's a pretty wide character spread here, but now that I'm in SoCal, it's, like, all Spacies and a random Marth or Falcon.
Makes sense. In Canada, it's all, like, weird low tiers. It's like me, we've got Joey, we've got 8 Luigis for some reason.
I mean, I love that, personally.
I love it too, but, like, you know, I'm all for inclusivity, but I just wish that we could get some of the inclusive matchups that, like, my character is actually okay at. Like,
sure,
Yoshi and
yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay, I hear Falco. Perfect. So, something cool about him. When he shoots high laser, we're going to treat that as an opening to pull a turnip. If you think he's going to shoot high laser and you're on the ground, consider pulling a turnip. Because then we can contest his projectile game.
Like full hop laser, or like high short hop?
If he high short up lasers, you can just be on the ground on the same plane as him and pull turnip under him. You'll duck it. Because they don't usually do high short up lasers to approach, right? It's usually to stop you from coming in.
Yeah.
So you can use that for setup. But main thing is just like we're playing around his like threat ranges. So it's just like, yeah, like when he's like jumping around, it's like where does his jump take him, and then like what's his longest move there. Nice reaction.
Oops. I'm gonna go for that trade, but it worked.
Nobody knows how Falco and Fox's up B trades work. Not even I know that.
Ah, I thought I grabbed ledge. Oh.
Nice. Near. Nice. Shouldn't have a jump. Yep. So when you hit those tech chases, I'm gonna challenge you to try to hit the launcher dash attack, like the initial hit of the startup of dash attack, so you can pop him up for combo. Because a lot of times you're going for aerial after you like down smash him or like hit fair, but like even if you hit the fair or whatever, then like or the back air, like the combo's over. You can't follow up on it really. But the launcher, well, not as consistently as you can with a launcher.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Grab is also fine. If you hit grab or down smash, I also won't fault you for that. Because those are also high impact moves. So like, yeah, they pull their weight. But let's not do aerials, because those are like footsie moves when we were in a combo. When we have like combo starters available.
Yeah, okay. I hear that.
Yep. That's all. Don't focus on me. Just do your thing. I trust you. Very patient, this one. Oh, great angle by him.
Yeah.
Talk to me. What's up?
I lost the last stock because I have a bad habit of when I go for that mix-up of slow get up right away. Or regular get up.
These things happen. Like, again, we're aware of it. So, what would you do instead next time? Like, what's the right... What would you do instead of that slow get up?
Just, like, refresh.
Perfect.
Again, before doing it.
Yeah, just make sure to do that next time. That's all. Don't need to dwell on it. Try to, like, hit dash attacks and grabs on, like, dash dance grabs. Because, again, like, they're quicker moves when he, like, misses aerials and stuff next to you.
Can you say that again, please?
With punish, with grab, and dash attack.
Oh, okay.
Like, when he... Especially when he misses attacks, like, close by.
That's one thing I don't understand is sometimes I swear I'm crouch canceling and the down smash should come out, but
so
it doesn't always, and I don't know what that is.
On what moves?
Like if he does like a short hop nair approach.
Oh, short up nair? Oh, okay, so is that low percents usually that this happens?
Yeah.
It's probably the Sakurai angle. So this is just a mechanics thing. When moves with the standard hit trajectory, like the Sakurai angle, don't do a certain amount of knockback, they only hit forward, so they don't interact with ASDI down. It's just like a thing about them. Like Sheik's Nair does it, Fox's Nair does it, Sheik's back air does it, tons of moves do it. To combat this, what you want to do is, instead of crouch canceling, just do like an attack and hold down, like ASDI down as normal, and you should be fine.
Okay.
Just wait until like 15 to actually crouch.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's keep playing this guy. He's good.
Yeah.
This is good. So yeah, this is just a rules of the game. We didn't know a rule. Are we fighting fiction? Like. Nice.
Ooh, nice. I was expecting it fair.
Mm-hmm. And then as a result of it, you went above Sheik on like a Yoshi's like up smash platform. So that would I think be like a might need to workshop that one.
Yep. Yep.
Because we could have also like wave landed at the edge of it where she can't get that up smash. So like we could have still gone there. We just we don't go into the spot that like kills us. Oh, was that an was that like an OMS attack like punish or something with the jab? If so, that was sick.
I already forgot. I'm honestly not sure.
No, don't worry about it. Just we play. Dash attack punishes that back air. Like you just get out of the way with your dash dance and then you counter hit with dash attack. Nice. Oh, that killed perfect. So you're at 88. What is Sheik looking for? Fair
down throw grab or a down throw up smash or up air.
Yeah, fair. So we play. Yeah. Just do whatever you have to do to not let her have that.
Yeah, that was the flub. I was gonna go for FC fair.
Makes sense. Same thing. Like you're at 0. What does Sheik want?
That.
Yep. So we don't let her have it.
I tried to undershoot that.
If you're thinking heavily while you're playing, do not. We just trust the process. We trust that we'll know what to do.
Yep. That's a 50-50, right?
I think that she just kills you there. I don't think that there's I don't think that Sheik ever misses that kill there. Nice. Nice. Oh, get bodied.
I meant to turn around. Ooh, that was fun.
Oh, nice bait.
There we go.
Easy clap. I never had a chance.
That was kind of like I did the thing that we were talking about in the Marth matchup with the going to ledge. I didn't have to do that, but for some reason it felt right.
Yeah. So this will be our last game together. But how's this feeling? I know that you turned it up and I could see you were playing around the grab at the end, with that nair into the dash away.
Yeah.
That was really well done. And then, yeah, you had a good call-out with, the choice to down smash, because, you just came down with an aerial, so then, they're holding down because they're at low, so just, take that damage. This looked good. How did it feel to you?
It felt pretty good. I mean, I'm kind of always living in fear in the Sheik matchup in general, but that last stock, those last couple stocks, I was feeling like I was kind of locking in a bit.
That's awesome. I noticed that you do use fear a lot. What are you afraid of these characters doing? Because I get that, there's powerful, but, one of your characters' big selling points is, her health bar. So,
yeah.
What is it that they do that spooks you?
I think it's mostly speed, and range, like changing up the positional game really quickly, usually it tends to intimidate me. So which is why I tend to like get very flubby against like very technical foxes or very fast falcons. Because even if they're, whether or not they're actually closing that range really well, or like I also don't know how to head first.
No, you
Whether or
did
not they're
fine.
closing
You
that
threw a
range
bunch
really
of
well.
you threw a bunch of crap at her and broke a couple bombs, and then she died. And it looks fine to me. Like, nice job not biting there. So, okay, so let me ask you, is your speed and, like, how tricky and quick and nimble you are with your floats and wavelands and, like, kind of, like, cutting your jump off early to do, like, empty stuff, is that supposed to be, like, a way to, like, kind of trick them or combat their speed advantage?
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly it.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So I would say it's not a bad starting point, but we have to understand that we're also trying to like be faster than Fox, and that's just not realistically attainable with this character. So I'm not saying that like speed is bad. Speed is very good, but I think we need to play to our character's strengths, and her strength, in my opinion, is her sturdiness. So I think that like what I would challenge you to do is see what happens if you play a little more grounded.
Okay.
And you have confidence in holding your ground. Like, once you take center stage, we don't back up to the top platform. We don't, like, go to the side. We just, like, we're a little more stubborn about our footing and, like, defending our current spot. Because Peach is kind of unique in that she is. There aren't many characters in this game, in my opinion, who actually hold their ground well. It's really, like, well, the two ladies fighting here and Sheik, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because they have that combination of powerful zoning tools, but also, like, good normals. Most characters don't have one or the other, but not both. So I would say let's try to use that to our advantage more, because I get you keep doing, like, you do the aerials, like, and the turnips, like the zoning stuff, but you never really, like, just hold your space. Like, you don't use your, like, with shield or, like, or down smash or double jabs, like dash attacks. Like, let's use the ground more because you're very strong there.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. That's also, like, a piece of feedback that I've gotten fairly consistently is like I'm not holding space enough, or like after I get stage, I'm not like, oops, I'm not taking advantage of it.
Yeah, like think about what your opponent think about the best Peaches like throughout history, and like how the turnip is always huge in the Marth matchup. How are you going to turnip if you're always in the air?
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to dash attack if you're always in the air? And it's like, it's not that the air is bad, because the air gives you, like, access to, like, angles that did give you upside in those matches. It's just, is it more upside than, like, the other ones in some of these situations? Probably not, but there are some where it probably is, and we have to now figure out which ones those are. But we won't figure that out if we only do one of them. So we just have to do both now, and just, yeah, we'll figure it. We'll go from there.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. And it sort of feels like a thing maybe I've, like, passively known, but not, like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I can see things, but I don't always know, like, what to do about them, or, like, I get overwhelmed by how many, like, things there are to be aware of.
Yeah. I mean, this is why I try to, like, keep things simple. Like, I didn't tell you to, like, focus on 15 things when we were fighting that Sheik. It's just, like, what does she want at this %? Like,
yeah.
Because, like, that's simple. We can work with that. And the thing is, it's measurable. Like, play one more. One
more?
Yeah, one more. This is why I charge the big bucks, so I don't count minutes. Like, we don't want to overwhelm ourselves, but, like, if we think about Samus as a character, like, what are her powerful tools at 0? There's probably, like, what? Like, down air, down smash, like, those are the up tilt, maybe. Those are the big ones.
Yeah.
And then, like, now that we're at 21, it's probably the same things, more or less. This one, like, likes to jump around a lot and go for, like, missiles and such, so maybe we have to treat this one a little differently, but, like, yeah. But the other cool thing is, like, by kind of, like, starting with that point of, like, okay, these are the obvious things, and, like, they're doing something completely different, we also kind of pick up that this isn't really, like, a standard Samus.
Yeah.
So we know that we're in for something a little wacky.
We know the baseline.
Yeah, and this deviates a lot from it, so now we know we're in for something a little wackier. Great call out. Because, yeah, we want to, like, it's all hypothesis testing. It's all just like, are they gonna do the thing? Are they gonna do the thing that makes sense? And it's like, okay, yeah. And most of the time, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then it's like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder why. It's like, was it something I did? Was it something? Is it just their thing? Did they mess up? Do they just hate winning? Like, what's their deal?
Ooh, that fair.
Yeah. So what's Samus looking for when Peach is at 140?
Nair maybe.
Yeah, Nair makes sense.
Air?
So let's just not let her do that. Look. She just did like 6 of them. Dash it. Yeah. Easy clap.
Oh, that was a god. Whoops.
We misjudged a missile. It's all good. Happens to the best of us. But like, you can see the benefit of just having like making the decision making matrix for the conscious side of your brain like simple. Like, we don't overwhelm it. We give it like yeah. And I've noticed that you're like implementing like the dash attacks and the shields and stuff way more consistently now. Like, you're getting turnips out more. Like, this is good. And granted, Samus is not as scary as Marth and Sheik, but like, all the same, you know, we're still seeing what we want to be seeing. That is progress. And we're edge guarding her. We're just throwing crap at her and then she dies. Like, let's go. Oh, that was sneaky. I like that. Like, yeah, because if you get that, they always hold down, so you get like 60. Yeah, no. I really like that. It didn't work, but that is nasty. I quite, yeah, that's cool.
I'm definitely trying to get better at that. One thing that I kind of suck at is like implementing things in game, because I'll just get very like victory focused and like not practice focused. So I'm glad that one actually came out, even if it didn't work.
Have you ever do you ever like divide your time, like kind of say like these games will be for learning and these games will be for refining? Because I mean,
I say that, but I don't actually do. Like, I'll say it before the game. I'm like, don't care about winning this game, just practice. And then as soon as I lose an interaction, I'm like, win.
Okay, but that's not realistic. That's not like, you're not being fair to yourself there, I'd say, because like, you do care about winning. It's just we care more about learning. It's not that winning doesn't matter. It's just that like something else matters more. But winning still matters. Like, you can't trick yourself. It's you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that was dirty. Love that. So, let's hit pause here, and let's do a quick debrief. So, talk to me. How do you feel this went? What are your thoughts? And, yeah, just talk to me about your experience here, I guess. And, yeah.
You mean the lesson overall, or those last few games?
No, just the lesson overall.
Yeah. Yeah, great. I think I definitely would be down to get some more lessons happening. I think the way that we're, like, talking through the stuff definitely works well for me, and it also is kind of sometimes in the past with this game, when I've tried to think about things on my own on a deeper level or on a more analytical level, my brain sort of fogs over, which is funny because I'm an extremely analytical person in general, but it's like when I'm playing the game, I kind of am trying to not think, so when I try to think, it sort of fogs. So that all being said, I think the way that you're approaching this works really well for me, and like even just the beginning, starting it with like the undershoot, overshoot, whiff thing, like, and the RPS of that feels totally up my alley of something that, excuse me, I have to burp. Sorry. Something that I've known that I want to work on, but I haven't always known how. And yeah, I also think the in-game coaching thing is really helpful too. Like, it's not something I'm used to, so it's like it might take a while for me to really wrap my head around it, but I think it's going to prove to be really good, because like making those adjustments in game, like hearing you say something and then saying it to myself and then implementing it is something that's like a big weak spot for me. So like I think that it'll be really good to keep doing that sort of thing.
Absolutely. God, wait till you find out what turnips are, because if you really want to bake your brain, are turnips an undershoot or an overshoot?
Whoa.
right? So I won't leave you hanging. They are both. But this is like the beauty of this game. There are things that are both. Isn't that crazy? Like, because that's why Falco's top tier, because he's got the best undershoot in the game and the best overshoot in the game because he's got the laser. Yeah. So you have, this is kind of what defines how they play. This is what a big part of what defines how the top tiers play, how every character plays, because they, like, some tools break the rock, paper, scissors system, and that's what dictates why we fight them differently. Like, Jigglypuff has just, like, the most godlike undershoots in the game because of her back airframe data and her air mobility. But, like, we can get into that in the next session. If this time generally works for you, do you want to, like, tentatively schedule something maybe 2 weeks out? Or, like, what works for you, I guess?
Let me look at my schedule real quick. I'm freelance, so my schedule changes every week. But this month is actually pretty wide open until, like, the 20th or so. Honestly, I would like to do weekly if we can.
Yeah, we can do weekly.
And then you mentioned some sort of like bundle. What was that again?
Yeah, so okay, so we're gonna edit this part out. I'm just gonna